When it comes to upper body workouts, there are 4 cornerstone movements: vertical pull, vertical push, horizontal pull, and horizontal push. These should form the backbone of any comprehensive upper body training regimen, and while most variations of these movements will add size to your frame, especially when you're new to lifting, as we get older, opting for the most optimal exercises becomes more important. Not only do we want to choose the most effective exercises from a muscle building standpoint, but we want to ensure safety and longevity. In this video, I want to share the only 4 upper body exercises you need for a well-rounded physique that commands attention. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Exercise number 1, seated dumbbell overhead press. As you know, with any overhead pressing motion, the primary muscle that drives the movement is the anterior deltoid. Lesser known, however, is the fact that the mid-delts also contribute significantly during overhead presses. According to a study published in the Journal of Human Kinetics, the seated press shows similar activation of the middle deltoids to lateral raises. And according to this study, the upper pecs are the best shoulder flexor in the first half of an overhead press from 40 to 90 degrees of shoulder elevation. This means that, contrary to popular belief, the overhead press is not exclusively a shoulder exercise, but rather a compound pressing movement that targets the shoulders, chest, and triceps all to a great degree. The question then becomes, why the seated dumbbell variation over every other version of this exercise? Well, this 2013 study looked at deltoid EMG activity for 4 variations of the shoulder press: a standing and seated variation of the barbell shoulder press, and a standing and seated variation of the dumbbell shoulder press. The results of the study showed that the standing variations led to greater muscle activation in all 3 heads than their seated counterparts. That said, from a practical standpoint, the seated variations are not only safer with less stability requirements, but they lend themselves better to progressive overload. In fact, this study, published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, found that you're about 10% stronger when doing shoulder presses seated versus standing. Exercise number 2, flat barbell bench press. When it comes to horizontal pushing exercises, the bench press stands out as the undisputed king. This movement engages the chest, shoulders, and triceps, making it indispensable for building a jacked and powerful upper body. The bench press engages the chest through horizontal adduction, the front deltoids through shoulder flexion, and the triceps through arm extension, all in one motion. It's this synergistic action that allows you to lift heavy and intense. And according to these studies, there's a strong positive correlation between your bench press strength and the size of your chest muscles. In other words, the bigger the bench, the bigger the pecs, and vice versa. And while this bench press variation focuses mainly on the sternocostal head or middle and lower pecs, the clavicular head is also involved in the movement. If barbells cause discomfort or pain in your shoulders or other joints, consider switching to dumbbells. Dumbbells offer greater flexibility, allowing you to find a pressing angle that aligns better with your biomechanics. They also provide a better range of motion by allowing a deeper stretch at the bottom and more horizontal adduction at the top. That said, barbells offer superior stability because their unified structure and even weight distribution require less coordination than using dumbbells. This stability allows you to lift approximately 20% more weight since you're not expending additional effort to balance the weights, which helps maintain focus and tension on the primary muscle. Exercise number 3, wide grip pull-ups. The main function of the lats are shoulder adduction and shoulder extension. Thus, anytime we're pulling a weight down from overhead, the lats become the primary target. That said, anytime we're pulling a weight toward our body, be it vertically or horizontally, we are engaging all other back muscles as well as the biceps and forearms. The reason we recommend a wider grip variation of the pull-up is because they increase the adduction moment by positioning your arms at your sides sides, emphasizing the lats more effectively. That said, if you're unable to perform pull-ups, the wide grip lat pull-down would be a great alternative. According to this 2013 study from the Sports Biomechanics Journal, there's no significant difference in lat activation between pull-ups and lat pull-downs. However, pull-ups were more effective for activating the biceps and the spinal erectors. One study also shows that traditional pull-ups recruit the abs better than any other vertical pull. This additional muscle engagement makes pull-ups superior for overall muscle development. Exercise number 4, chest supported row. The main function of the upper back muscles is scapular retraction. Thus, anytime we're pulling a weight toward our body horizontally, we're engaging the traps, rhomboids, rear delts, lats, and teres muscles. While vertical pulling focuses more on lat development, adding more width to your frame, horizontal pulling is responsible for thickness of the upper body. The problem with traditional rowing movements, however, is that they allow for the use of momentum to jerk the weight up, which is why I recommend a chest-supported variation where you're stabilizing your torso, as this not only removes the ability to cheat, but also eliminates lower back involvement. Not only does this make the movement safe, but it ensures all tension is on the target muscle. While the lats are still engaged during rowing movements, you can easily shift the focus to the upper back by flaring your elbows out as you pull rather than pulling with your elbows closer to your body. And if you want to make these even more effective, studies show that intentional retraction of the shoulder blades while you pull your arms back activates the traps and rhomboids to a greater degree. In other words, focus on retracting your shoulder blades and then finishing the movement with your arms rather than simply pulling your arms back. So there you have it, the only 4 upper body exercises you need for a well-rounded physique. And while I do believe these are the safest and most optimal variations of the 4 cornerstone movements, what's most important is that you're performing some variation of each one and doing it consistently. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're an intermediate or advanced lifter who's looking for a structured program to follow, download a copy of the Push-Pull-Wave Method. This is a 4-day push-pull workout program designed for intermediate and advanced lifters who are looking to take their physique to the next level. And right now, you can get it absolutely free. Just click the link in the description, enter your name and email, and get instant access to the program. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.